Good morning. This is our Read With Me for NTI Day 17. Welcome. We're going to read the text Brothers today. All right, so let's go on and get started. Joseph had run away. Philip could tell his mother was worried by the way she paced up and down the kitchen floor, twisting her hair into knots while speaking softly into the telephone. "I don't know where he went," she whispered. She shot Philip a sidelong look that seemed to say, "Don't worry." Then she smiled as if this was just a normal routine phone call. "No, we didn't get into a fight. There wasn't." She left the kitchen, glancing quickly at the clock. Philip was going to be late for school. Philip pushed his cereal around the bowl with his spoon. Joseph hated living at home. "I'm an old soul," he would sing to their mother whenever she asked him to clean the dishes or put away his laundry. "I can't be tethered," he'd sing, until their mother would laugh. "Joseph," she'd say, exasperated. Joseph was nearly 6 years older than Philip and was what their mother called a troublemaker. Philip had a loose understanding of what it meant to be a troublemaker. It was someone who stayed out past curfew, lied, ran away, and hung around with a bad crowd. Philip had met this crowd, and he didn't think they were bad at all. In fact, he liked Joseph's friends. Whenever they saw him, they shook his hand like he was a grown man and not somebody's kid brother. Last summer, Philip broke his arm playing baseball. That wasn't exactly true when Philip came to think of it, but it was what he had told Joseph's friends when they saw the cast on his arm. They had given him the nickname Captain after that, and Laura, Joseph's girlfriend, always asked him, "Have you been drafted yet?" Philip hadn't wanted to play baseball at all that summer. He had wanted to join the swim team, but his father said swimming wasn't a sport. Philip knew better than to argue with his dad, and so he agreed. He hadn't realized that his baseball coach had stuck him in the outfield because he was a bad player, and that the coach didn't expect anyone to hit a ball that far into the field. After dinner one night, Philip heard his dad explain it to his mother. "Philip's the worst player on the team. They put him in the outfield so he doesn't mess it up for the rest of the team," he'd said. He didn't know Philip could hear him. Joseph, who was sitting next to Philip, had nudged him, then squeezed his shoulder. "Don't sweat it, kid," he had said. "There's always something better out there." Philip had broken his arm the day a fly ball, the only one of the game, soared into the sky right above his head. Philip hadn't been paying attention to the game, but suddenly he heard everyone calling his name. He saw the small black dot blot out the sun, and he raised his left hand high into the air and shut his eyes. He felt the ball land heavily in his glove. He was surprised by its weight. His hand was sore. He ran back toward the mound, proud for the first time all season that he had helped his team. He wasn't looking where he was going and didn't notice the small rock hidden in the green of the outfield until his foot caught against it. Suddenly, he was soaring into the air, and then, just as quickly, he came crashing down, his arm outstretched, snapping as it hit the ground. Ugh. He had cried, knowing that his father would be disappointed and that he wouldn't be able to swim again until next summer. Joseph had taken him out for ice cream. "You know, there's a lot more to life than baseball," Joseph had said. "Take me. I wasn't meant for some crummy two-star town." Philip had smiled, agreeing. He wasn't sure what Joseph meant by two-star, but he knew that Joseph wanted life to move fast and hard. "Someday I'm going to wipe the stain of this town from my boots and really make it. See the world, get famous, make money. And I'm going to do it my way." Philip sat quietly. "You'll say goodbye before you go, right?" he asked. Joseph laughed. "You really are something, you know that?" When Philip thought about it, he realized that Joseph had never really answered him. They'd left the ice cream store and walked home, and Joseph had never mentioned leaving again. By now, Philip's cereal had gone soft. It was inedible. His mother was organizing the cabinets. "You know, your brother's really done it this time," she said. She ran her fingers through her hair, sighing deeply. "I'm an old soul," Philip sang. "I can't be tethered." His mother smiled. She looked at the clock. All right, so your multiple choice questions. You want to make sure that you are reading all the choices. You use the strategy process of elimination, slash and trash, to narrow down your correct answer. Every answer, you want to go back and underline the support for each answer, and you can put the paragraph number next to each question. And then let's look at your short answer questions. Remember, you may have to get another sheet of paper for this round of NTI work because the lines are not provided for you on the sheet. So if you do that, just put NTI day 17 at the top of your paper and just make sure that you label it. So question 8, when Joseph tells Philip he plans to leave town someday, what does Philip ask? So this looks like an RA, and then you can underline the C. How does Joseph help his brother Philip? Give at least one example from the text to support your answer. Okay, so this is going to be an RAC because it tells you to support your answer with the evidence. So you can include the support for that as your C. Number 10, is Joseph a good older brother to Philip? Support your argument with evidence from the text. So this one you could technically do an RACE. Whatever you put down as your C, you want to make sure that you connect your A and C together with your E. So this is a simple yes or no answer, but then you're going to have to find the evidence from the text to support it and then explain, all right, how does that evidence or how does that support show, yes, he's a good older brother, or no, he's not a good older brother. So that is your open response or your short answer questions for reading NTI day 17. Be sure to always underline. You have the text. I am not testing your memory. I'm testing to see how you can go back and find the answer. Okay, so always use the text. All right, guys, you all have a great day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.